Alright, welcome to the Sport Port. So today we're going to go over what happened last week, week 18 of the NFL season, and that'll take, 3 minutes. If you want to go to the next stuff, maybe hop 3 minutes into the video and we'll be really close to talking about the playoff, Super Wildcard weekend. So what we've got is this. This is what happened last week. We did pretty good. I think we went down like 0.5% for, we went from 69% to like 68.4. So, hit on the Chiefs Raiders by a lot. Titans Jaguars, we thought the Jaguars had it, and they did. Ravens Bengals, Bengals won. Panthers Saints, Panthers won. Patriots did lose to the Bills. As a Patriots fan, obviously that is upsetting, but they had 2 kickoff return touchdowns and like 2 50-yard pass touchdowns. It sucks. I mean, we're known for like our special teams and defense, so the fact that that happened is surprising to me. But honestly, I don't think Mac Jones played bad. I don't think the offense did terrible. Just, can't give up, 4 touchdowns of 40-plus yards. So, we lost, but thought we might have had it, and we did not. We picked the Buccaneers. Don't know why. I didn't mean to, I don't think, because we had the Falcons in our safety net. I'm not going to put the Falcons in the safety net unless I think there's a decent chance that they win. So I'm counting it as a loss. I put a B there. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I meant this. Like, clearly, I put it there. It was a mistake, but I put it there. Then we got Browns Steelers. We thought the Steelers would win. I really, really like them into next season as well. Texans Colts. Picked the Colts. It was obviously a close game, but the Texans did win at the last second. Then we've got Vikings Bears. The Vikings did win. Jets Dolphins. The Dolphins did win in an ugly, ugly game. Rams Seahawks. Seahawks won in overtime. Kind of wish they didn't. I would have liked for the Lions to be in the playoffs, but whatever. Chargers Broncos. We picked the Chargers, and the Broncos won. And that was with the Chargers starting everybody. So, interesting choice there by Staley. Awful choice. Mike Williams is now out. Joey Bosa got banged up a little bit. And I believe Derwin James did a little bit too. And then also just starting all your guys to maybe get them like excited for the playoffs. Something, I don't know, like keep them rolling. Just to lose, that sucks. But then we have got Giants Eagles. The Eagles did win. Cardinals 49ers. The 49ers won. Cowboys lost. Lions won. Which we were hoping for. We just thought the Packers would win. So with all that, we then go into this, our safety net. 4 out of 5. The Eagles won. We lost by half of 1 point. The final score was, 22-17, I believe, if I can find it in here. 22-16, I mean, yeah. Because, we lost by half a point. We had minus 6.5, lost by 6, or won by 6. So, sucks, but everything else we got right. As I said, I picked the Falcons plus 3.5. Wouldn't have done that if I didn't think they were going to win. So, don't know what happened there. But it hit over here, which is what matters more. Steelers, like we said, we like them. Jaguars, money line, we had. Chiefs minus 2.5, crushed it. So, obviously, some of these are, a little higher, but it's a safety net. As I've said before, this is not a place to look at these and be like, I'm going to throw all these together and get a plus, 400. Don't do that. Pick 2. Make it so, you bet 100, you're getting like 60, 70, 80% of your money back. Maybe more. Maybe sometimes we've had ones where they're like minus 170 just because we like the line there. But that's not what's happening this week either. Let's go talk about just our picks for this week. We think the 49ers win. It's supposed to be really bad weather. And people are like, Kenneth Walker sure can run the ball. So can Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell. So, who can stop the run pretty well? The 49ers defense. So, cool that it's like bad weather, I guess. But I just, and then Brock Purdy, you have the best yards after catch team, George Kittle. I don't know if Debo's back. Brandon Ayuk's very good. Christian McCaffrey, if you dump it off to him. Those guys you can throw a 5-yard pass to and they take it for 30. So, obviously, DK Metcalf, I would say, is more of a deep guy. Tyler Lockett is more of a deep guy. That's what's going to be hard to do in this game. So I like the 49ers there. And then I like the Jaguars. I was thinking the Jaguars before the Chargers news came out. They beat them by a lot earlier in the season. The Jaguars have been looking good. Chargers haven't been looking bad. I'm definitely still nervous about Austin Eckler in that. But Travis Etienne is good. Trevor Lawrence is good. He could have had another touchdown last week. Trevor Lawrence has just as many playoff wins as Justin Herbert, which I think is a stupid stat, but it's worth saying because, I'm sure they're both nervous, right? And especially, imagine how nervous you're going to be when, that's what people talk about you a lot, is how you don't have a playoff win. And then your deep threat, really, really good receiver is out because your coach played him in a meaningless game, right? So I do like the Jaguars here. I think they'll be able to tough it out. I don't think it'll be, a blowout either way. I think they'll be able to hold in there and win by maybe a field goal. Then we got Dolphins Bills. Bills are going to crush them. Dolphins are going to be on their third string. They're going to have Skylar Thompson out there, I think. So, not great. And just like I said last week, the Bills are probably not going to have true kickoff return touchdowns and a, 2 40-yard, 50-yard pass touchdowns. But I still think that the Dolphins couldn't score last week. And the Jets have a really good defense, but still. I do believe that the Bills are going to win this one, and they're going to win it pretty easily. And I'm with most people on that. The spread on this is minus 13.5 for the Bills. Giants Vikings, I think the Giants are going to win. I think they're going to go out there. I like the Giants defense more by a bit. I think, Kirk Cousins, it could be, not his best game. If Justin Jefferson doesn't go off, I don't think they win. If Justin Jefferson is held to under 100 yards, I believe the Giants win this game. Daniel Jones might have a big run. Saquon can have a big run. Dalvin Cook will probably at some point do nothing with 16 carries. And then on the 17th, he'll take it for 70 yards. But still, I just like the Giants in this one. Spread is not that far off at all. It's minus 2.5, I think, 3.5, something like that for the Vikings. And they are at the Vikings, which is something. That's something I didn't say earlier. They're at 49ers. They're at Jaguars. They're at Bills. So this is the first one where it's, real upset territory. Jaguars Chargers is technically an upset. The Chargers are favored to win in the sports books. But this is the first, real upset that would happen at the Vikings. Vikings are favored. I like the Giants. At the Bengals, Lamar's not back. Tyler Huntley's not even going to be 100%. It was not the best game last week. The Ravens had some turnovers, but, could they have that this week? Absolutely. I think Joe Mixon plays better this week as well. I like the Bengals in this one. Then, Monday Night Football, Cowboys Buccaneers. We have the Buccaneers. So they're at Buccaneers. Dallas is still favored to win, but they just got smoked by the Commanders. Dak looked bad. He was in playoff form for the Cowboys last week. It's Tom Brady. We saw what they could do when Mike Evans had, if they can get those deep hits, where they're getting those, 40-yard touchdowns, that's something. As long as they can hit one or two of those deep shots, I think they have a really good chance. And I think they could do it against, Trayvon Diggs. Obviously, he's been way better this season, even though he's had less interceptions. He's been a better just cornerback. So he's not, I don't think he's going to, as easily as last year give up bombs. But I think that the Buccaneers get one or two. I think that they're going to just, Tom Brady's not going to throw more than one interception, where Dak could throw two. And that could matter in this game. So we'll see exactly what happens. Got 2 upsets in here, 3 technically, and picking 3 upsets out of 6 games in the playoffs is kind of a thing. But we'll see what happens. I'm keeping the full slate picks up there just because I want, my since I started record going. But then I also have my playoff picks just to see exactly how we do in here. So, lastly, we got the safety net. We are doing every single game, and that means taking some a little farther than we normally would. So, for this, I don't recommend this. I still think you should not be greedy, right? I say take 2. Even if you're taking minus 430 49ers and then the Bengals. I probably wouldn't put them together just because you got minus 390, minus 430. Minus 430 is the worst odds we've had so far, but, money-wise. But still, I really wanted to get it to that score as we normally do. So we have, minus 2.5. If they win by a field goal, they're good. Jaguars plus 7.5. If they lose by a touchdown, they're good. Bills minus 6.5. Win by a touchdown, they're good. So that's what we try and go to is that next score, and that's what we have here. So if you were, for instance, just really I don't want to take the 49ers and the Jaguars, right? Because that's minus 154, bet 100, you get $65 back, $65.04 with these odds. You add in the Buccaneers, let's say, then you got a game a day, and you get plus 123. So, once again, I don't recommend that, but if you're really that guy where you're I need more than $65, 65% of my money that I bet. I need 100% of it, which you don't. I don't recommend it, but you can. It's fully possible for you to take this all as a parlay. I don't know what those odds are. They're probably in that plus 400, 500 range, but still, I wouldn't recommend it. These are what I like, though. Take 2. Got them all to where we like them, where we don't think the Cowboys are going to crush the Buccaneers. We think the Bengals are going to win, and I think they're going to win by more than 3, but we have it there for the safety net. And then we got, Giants plus 7.5, where I think they could win. Bills minus 6.5, where I think they're going to crush them. Jaguars plus 7.5, where I think they're going to win. 49ers minus 2.5, where I think that they could crush them. So, and I'm not saying 30-point crush. I'm just saying, 2 touchdown and a field goal type range for the 49ers. So, that's what I like there. Sorry if I was off on that 3-minute mark. I kind of lost track and just kept, talking. But this is what I like for this weekend. I'll be making a TikTok about it. Hope everything goes well here. Hopefully we can start the playoffs where, once again, we have the safety net there, 15-18, but we also have the playoffs just to see exactly how we're doing. And we're going to be doing every single game, even if that means taking some extra points. Obviously, I didn't want to make everything minus 430 here, but I'm going to get it to that next score that I want to get it to. Some of them are just right at that range where it's 8.5, 9.5, where it's okay, I could get it to, 6.5. Or I can, take the minus 430, minus 390, and bring it way down to 2.5. And everybody here will be perfectly fine. So, that's what I like this week. Hope it all goes good. Good luck to anybody else with any bets that you got going on. And I'll see you guys Monday to talk about what happens.